Hi there, Joan Mazad of Leaves and Leashes. And you know, I thought I was done gardening. It's November 6th, and even though it's above 50 degrees, I must admit I'm quite cold out here in the garden. There's something I forgot to do, and actually, I kind of sort of forgot to do it last year too. And last year, when I dug my Colocasia or elephant ear bulbs, I did it when it was snowing. So I must admit, I'm a little bit warmer than I was last year. So Colocasias, well, you know, they have all frozen back now, and now it's time to get them dug and saved for the following year. Now, if you're not quite sure what a Colocasia is, that large elephant ear type of plant material, and I'm not even quite sure what varieties these are, because Costco had a sale, and when Costco has a bulb sale on the carts, I think everybody just walks through, grabs the bulbs, and takes them home. These plants are actually, at this point now, 2 years old. I bought six bulbs, and if my handy cameraman could just kind of pan down, I have all that yet on the floor, there on the ground that I just dug, and then of course I have a few more left to dig. Now when you have your Colocasias and you buy your one bulb, this would be the one bulb that needs to get dried and prepared for storage. They have a tendency to reproduce, and that's where I have all that you see, that they're making more and more bulbs in a cluster. And so I'm going to go ahead and dig them all up, and eventually they might just separate off as the soil dries, and henceforth why I have so many. So when you're digging these, your Colocasias that are in the ground, you're going to get a pretty wet bulb soil. And what's really important is after I dig these, I'm going to go ahead and cut the tops off, trim the roots, and then we're going to let them dry, because I'm not going to want to store these bulbs with the wet soil, and so that's going to require me to let them hang out outside for a while or in the garage and dry out. So there'll be a part 2 to this video. But you can see where the main bulb has been and how many little baby plants, get rid of that weed, that I'm going to have. So when you plant your Colocasias in the ground, you truly don't have to dig very deep. You just really have to go a little bit, maybe I'm going to go maybe 3-4 inches, maybe 6 inches away from the bulb base itself. Dig in. You can kind of hear those roots breaking up under the ground. You don't want to you want to make sure your spade doesn't cut the bulb or damage it. And as you can see, like I said, they're making their bulblets. These broke off as I was lifting the plants. So there's 2 more new plants for next year. And these are kind of coming apart. But you can kind of see where the main bulb was that I planted. Now, this one's starting to get a little soft and mushy. I waited a little too long to process these. Believe it or not, these plants are so tough. Even where you see that, where it's got a little bit brown and soft there, if I dig my finger in and clean that out, the material underneath is hard, and these plants will be just fine. They're tougher than you think. I don't treat them relatively nice. Kind of toss them down to the ground, because that helps the soil come off the bulbs and makes my job a little easier. So here is one of our biggest ones that really did not make additional plants, but there's our main bulb. So now tonight I'm going to go take these, spread them out, let this soil start to dry off, come back in a day or two. Then when the soil is dry and I can easily break it off, I will take some scissors, trim that off, trim it off here, store it in some wonderful dry sawdust, put them in some boxes, and put them in a cool space in the basement. So for now, my project is kind of done. I got my bulbs all dug up, and I will make a version 2 of this video to show you how we get these stored. So happy digging in November.
And hi guys, I'm John Henry. I'm the cameraman who's always directing the camera. So I just want to give a huge shout out to our subscribers. Thank you so much.